Meanwhile, poultry farming is due to come under the spotlight in France starting this weekend. This as thousands of delegates from around the world descend on Paris for the 26th World Poultry Congress. Alleen Magumbi, he's a Haartebeespoort-based poultry farmer west of Johannesburg. He's leaving South Africa tomorrow for France to attend the Poultry Congress. But before his departure, Magumbi, who is the managing director of Ulusoy Africa Poultry, joins us here in studio. Thank you so much, Alleen, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, my understanding is that you've been an engineer in the construction industry, but you've shifted into poultry farming. Tell us about that transition.
No, I always say some of the things, you can't explain them, Some of the things is like a gift from God and some opportunity that he offers you, And I've realized along the way that most of us, we are doing things that we wanted to do, but because God has those plans for us, he divert us to those plans. So a poultry farming, it's an opportunity that came to me, and then I decided to follow in it, and that's how it started. Yeah.
So how significant is poultry farming in our society?
It's very much significant because if you look around it, poultry, it's rated, chicken in particular, it's rated at the #1 protein, and that's what we consume every day, and we really need chicken in our lives. So it's something that we really need as a country and as a world,
So just for people who are watching who may be interested, how does one, especially an emerging, black farmer, how does one start to get into the industry?
It's not a difficult thing, first of all. We grew up raising chicken at home, had a backyard thing, raising those chickens. So the whole thing is you start and you decide where do you want to go. You must have a vision of where you want to go. It's not going to be easy like any market or any project or business, but you start with whatever you've got and then you can grow from it. You seek for advices, you seek for those who are already in the system, and then they can assist you and help you to grow.
But it's quite a science, isn't it, in terms of, ensuring that you give your chicks the right amount of feed, they have enough light, enough water, etc., etc. Where can you go to get that know-how?
You've got SABC. They provide you with assistance, and there's a list of farmers that
That's the South African Poultry Association.
Correct. Yes, they assist you with farmers that are already in the game to help you assist you with that. And then already there's farmers that are giving training so that you can be able to learn those things. But at the end of the day, it's you get a good feed, you make sure your things are running properly, the chicks are getting water, then you're good to go.
How easy is it to expand an operation like this once you start?
It's not an easy one because at the end of the day, you need funding. You need the government to come to place, because even if you start small and raising capital, you won't go as big as you want to go. But at least if you start something and knock on the right doors, they might listen to you, get opportunities, go to the big guys with abattoirs, try to get a contract so that you can be able to have access to funding.
Yes. And then just in terms of market access, you talk about abattoirs, but what can you do to gain, the market access? Of course, you start small with your local community, but then thereafter? I'll give myself as an example. We started with a farm in Haartebeespoort, and then we were running it, and then we built some cash flow along the line. And then now we're busy. We're just acquiring an abattoir in Krugersdorp so that we can be able to raise and slaughter at the same time and then take it out to the people. But it was not an easy thing. You need to get into the game, get the momentum going, and knock at the doors. As long as they see that you're committed and you are good at what you're doing, they might listen to you. So the most important is commitment in what you do, and make sure you do it right. You can't do it right at the first time, but gradually go with it. Just in terms of the potential for job creation, in your instance, what sort of job numbers have you been able to create with your operations?
So far, in the Haartebeespoort farm, we've got like 46 staff. We're planning to go at least to 100 staff before end of this year. Our farm will produce 550,000 chicken in a cycle of 6 weeks. So it's a big operation, but we need to grow, and we need our government to step in so that we can get assisted to reach the capacity that we can do and reach the employment we need. And then in the Krugersdorp one in Randfontein, we've got 14 staff. It's a small abattoir. We slaughter 2,000 birds a day. So we're planning to increase on that one so that we can also increase the staff that we have. Yeah.
People will be listening and saying, wow, this guy is minted 560,000. But of course, the margins are quite small in this operation.
They are quite small, but now we are happy because of what was just happening earlier on, you know, in the dumping side, because we couldn't compete because of the pricing. You know, the feed especially is very high.
Yes.
And the price of import comes very cheap. And us on the other side, we're also facing load shedding and all these things. We're using generators, so our cost becomes so high.
Yeah.
But with all this, it'll become a little bit better. But the whole game, we need to understand when we have this 12 months break of this pricing, let's try to grow our farmers so that we can produce more.
But part of the problem in the insert that was playing there was that Astral Foods was saying because the anti-dumping tariff has been suspended, it means that more dumping can actually take place, you know, like it was before 2018, in which case it means you're going to have cheaper chicken coming in, making it difficult for you guys because you have to deal with high water prices, electricity, etc.,
and feed
etc.
and all that. Yes, no, that's very true. It's going to affect both of us in the. You know, you can look at it in different ways.
Yeah.
It can benefit and also affect us on the other side. Because at the other side, we might be able, because the prices that they bring, it must be matching the market. You know, they must not just come lower under the market. It must match what the market is saying. Yeah.
So you're going to this Congress in Paris, very nice trip that you're going on. Why is it important for you to take time out from your business to go to this Congress?
Look, the minute I started getting into poultry, I decided that I need to grow into the space. I need to understand what is going on.
Yeah.
For me to have the vision that I need to go where the people are talking about poultry. And the Congress came into, when I was like looking for the events of all that, it came down and I looked into it and I said, you know what, this is a world thing. I'm part of this world. I need to go into it and bring whatever they're saying in Paris to South Africa, and then we can emerge from there.
Great stuff. You even gave it an accent in Paris. All the very best with your trip, and I hope you manage to get lots of, you know, engagement with other players in the sector. That was Alleen Magumbi. He is the Managing Director of Ulusoy Africa Poultry. Thank you very much to him for joining us.